Hello everyone, today I'm talking about Uncharted 2. So fairly similar to the first game mechanically, not much has really changed here except that it's a lot more fluid, higher frame rates and, all that stuff. There's a lot more clambering and, shooting and cover kind of mechanics. And what's really different about this one is the story, which I do think is my favorite in the series. Essentially, it is based on the Shambhala myth, based in Tibet. And so Drake now is teaming up with different partners, and they go on a quest to essentially find this lost city. And what I do again appreciate is similar to the first game, they have a element of mythology in here where instead of mutated weird zombie things, they have the famous Yeti or Yetis. Again, overall, the combat feels a lot more fluid in this game, and the characters really stand out as a lot of fun. They have a lot of character, and they really add a lot to the story and the world of Uncharted. I would say this one is probably my favorite just because of the pacing of the story events, how everything is laid out. It feels like the gameplay really kind of hit its full stride in this game that would become the standard for the sequels. And again, I just thought the story really felt like a lot of fun. It was really good. And, just had that mythological sense to it that you really were discovering not just, a stolen artifact and some weird, creepy, unearthed thing, but an actual ancient city, and felt more, I guess, proper in the vein of an actual, architect adventure game where you are discovering something completely lost and completely hidden for centuries and restoring it or attempting to restore it, and get the artifacts and the culture back to what it used to be. Of course, stealth is more optimized in this game, where it encourages you to sneak around and choke out enemies so that they are not alerted. So now you have a lot more, stealth sections, and essentially where the type of shootout you might have is going to be a lot different depending on how many enemies you take out beforehand and how many enemies you leave once the alert is up. It's funny actually, this, the Tibetan snow level really reminds me a lot of the beginning to the first Tomb Raider game, where essentially you are encountering this kind of gigantic temple hidden in the snow with your guide through the mountains. And it's very interesting how, again, there's similarities with like the ropes and the dodging. I can't help but think of, Tomb Raider, and as some people have said, Uncharted is just Tomb Raider for boys or something like that. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say about Uncharted 2, except that it's just better than the first one in every way. It has the best story. I really like it. The gunplay is a lot better. Now you can like shoot from out of cover even when you're, climbing and clambering on things, which is something I think kind of iconic to the Uncharted series. What I do also appreciate is now the enemy variety has also been increased as well. Now you have kind of like bigger guys as well, so you can see as the game progresses, the enemy types are a lot more, I guess, diverse and interesting. You'll have bigger guys, which obviously have chain guns and take more damage, and you have, the normal grunts that you're used to fighting as well. Again, this game uses the same kind of gameplay loop of combat, platforming, cutscene, or, a mixture of those three elements to create a cohesive experience. But overall, the game is, it feels like more like a classic adventure game, more like you're actually discovering something lost and ancient rather than just something that was from, a few hundred years ago. This feels like a few thousand years ago, a truly ancient lost city. And I don't really have anything else to say about it except it was really good. And again, these games, they're kind of like movie games. Once they are, once you play them through once, you kind of don't really revisit them unless you really want to get all the artifacts and just, get the achievements. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about Uncharted 2, and see you guys later.